All right, welcome everybody to a special night of racing, F2 action on a Friday night. Scotty here, I'll be comms tonight, and joining me is one of the favourites in comms, usually on a Monday or a Tuesday night. Seb, how are
I'm very good, Scotty. How about yourself?
you? Really looking forward to this little championship we're going tonight. Be interesting to see if anybody's actually put some time into these F2 cars, but random grids, five lappers. Oh, what's not to love?
Look, I reckon hopefully they haven't done some practice. That'll create the carnage and the shit show that's about to occur even better than it probably will be. So, hopefully they haven't done any practice, and we could just see who's got the raw talent of an F2 car.
Yeah, exactly. So what I'll just run through the race format for everybody that's unsure is all car setups will be fixed. So default 3, I believe. Session length is short, which is 5 laps. Starting grid will be random for every single race. Weather will be dynamic. So we got a couple of tracks in there that like a bit of weather. So hopefully we get a bit of everything. Session time realistic. Corner cutting rules will be strict as with every single race in OSRL. Car damage is standard reduced, and ghosting we will have on. So it's sort of a bit of fun that we want to have with these races. So hopefully we don't get too many incidents, but if we do, ghosting will be on so we don't take out like 3 or 4 cars. So with the calendar that we'll be racing with tonight, 8 tracks. Race one, our first race, as you can see, is Australia. Then we've got Silverstone, Japan, Monza, Baku, Austria, Mexico, and Abu Dhabi. So with these F2 cars, Seb, how do you feel about those tracks? I think we're going to see a lot of good battles up and down this field tonight.
Yeah, 100%. I'm unsure on who did select the 8 races, but they have most certainly selected some tracks that generally create good racing in the F1 car. So hopefully they create some good racing in the F2 cars. I'm very interested into Monza. The last 4 nights we've had our Monza leagues. I didn't particularly go well on Monday night. Last night was carnage to say the least. And hopefully the stewards have had a good night's sleep after having to do all those reports last night. But I'm very looking forward to Monza because I'm interested to see if people have cleaned up their racing from the last 4 nights.
Yeah, exactly. I think that was a poor week for both of us. So yeah, hopefully we can have a little bit of cleaner racing than what we did during the week. But I think a lot of these drivers will want to have a bit of redemption if they didn't go so well. But we do have a mixture of all 4 tiers, so it's going to be interesting with the battle packs and with this random grid, depending on how quickly these guys can come through. If the quicker guys are starting at the back, hopefully we don't have a situation where we'll have the same driver on pole for 4 races in a row. So hopefully not, but yeah, definitely looking forward. So we're just waiting for our last couple to come in, but if we go with Australia, our first race, what do you think will happen around here, Seb? Obviously, the new layout, obviously fast. I'd imagine the slipstream, especially down the back end of the tracks, probably going to cause maybe a little bit of carnage going into the 9-10 chicane.
Well, yeah, definitely the 910 chicane, particularly because it's so fast, so flowing. Well, the F1 cars was a little bit more experienced in that, but particularly on the first lap, turn one and turn three, I'd say they're the hot zones really. Turn one's a little bit open enough to send a dive bomb, but if you're one of your tier one drivers this evening and you're starting towards the back of the grid, you'll be looking a few dive bombs there into turn one, so that'll create a little bit of carnage as well as turn three. It's very wide down that straight, but then it tightens all of a sudden down into the hairpin. And battling through that section is extremely difficult. So, it'll test the best of the best here. Maybe against some of the worst of the worst, if they don't mind me saying that. But, it'll create some interesting battles between drivers who wouldn't have raced against each other particularly a lot.
Well, yeah, exactly. And the interesting will be because we've got all 4 tiers, who's running assists, who aren't. And with these F2 cars, if these drivers haven't got a lot of practice in them, line I reckon will be very important. So, and some of these drivers without assists are gonna have to work out their braking points very quickly.
Yeah, no, 100%. I reckon maybe some of them, as soon as that calendar came out, just did a few TT laps just to try and figure out where they're going to brake, where's that spot that they're going to figure out how to brake. But that challenges the drivers. That brings mistakes into it, and creates a human feel about it. So it's lovely to have a bit of a social event here, and particularly with the stream with all the viewers watching it at home. So hopefully we can get this kicked over underway.
Yeah, exactly.
Pretty shortly.
Hopefully we getting our last couple of reserves in at the moment. And yeah, if it does provide good racing, you never know. Maybe next season, maybe the consideration if there's enough interest for an F2 championship. Maybe it doesn't have to go for as long as the regular season. But as I said, I've always liked the F2 cars in these recent games. It obviously provides close racing, and for me, setups are usually fairly the same in terms of people tend to have them fixed, but it does provide great racing, and it tends to mix up the field a little bit, that you don't always get the same winners over and over again, which is good.
Yeah, no, 100%. These cars are very different to the cars that we're all used to, and we've all done quite a lot of practice on, a lot of us. So, it does create that element of uncertainty. So, that's hopefully we can have that this evening.
Yeah, exactly. And we are readying up now. So, got 18 drivers in. Don't quite have the 20, but I still feel that these 18 drivers, I should say, are going to give us some really nice action. So, as we load into Australia, what are we thinking? Dry race, or they're just going to throw it to heavy rain first off?
I'm expecting inters, to be honest. I feel like full wets isn't something you really get around Australia, but I'd love to see some inter conditions early on, and then maybe go towards the dry conditions. Try and even it out towards the back of this eight lap championship.
Yeah, exactly. As we'll load in now, we'll just sort of see what's dry for the first one, and being 5 lappers, there's pretty much no chance of weather changing. So we've got a dry Australia first off. No formation laps, so we'll kind of be doing the grid on the fly as we see the lights out. But as we said, the guys aren't able to change setups, and because fuel is not a thing in F2 in terms of being able to change it, so it's pretty much just going to be
Scotty,
guys
would you like to take the first lights away? Would you like to take the first one?
Yeah, I'll happily take that. As we'll see, 5 lights. And it's go. It's Cool Boy actually in front. He got a good start. Darkness about side by side. Leo, he's quick in these F2 cars. A bit of contact towards the back. But Darkness, Leo, Marcus, Cool Boy, lost a couple of spots off the line as we go 2-3 wide down this middle field. Nearly 4 wide.
Yeah, 100%. Cool Boy here from starting on pole is getting absolutely swallowed up there. You've got some of our Tier 4, Tier 3, Tier 2 drivers up towards the front of the field. Just had a look at that. Prince OK10 got the unlucky start of starting last.
Red Bull spun around.
P14.
Who's that? I think that was Toddy at the back.
Yeah, that's Toddy
unfortunate
there.
for him.
That's just the inexperience in driving these cars, I reckon he's just had a little bit of a mistake, a little bit less downforce, a little bit slower, a little bit less experience in driving these cars.
But on board with Marcus now, looking at the overtake on Leo, just the speed that both him and Leo had on Darkness. So always Darkness goes wide, they'll open the door for Leo. Can Marcus capitalise? He's got the inside line. And he makes the pass clear. Darkness thinking about fighting back. No, he will hold back on. As we go side by side, Jacko up the inside of BP.
Yeah, 100%. Great start there. But, looking at Cool Boy, he's down 9 positions. He's down to P9 from P1 on the grid. So that's the difference in the drivers here, difference in the tiers. Your top 5 already starting to become your higher tier drivers. So that little bit more experience in the F1 game in general, that little bit extra pace. They're probably running no TC as well, so they've got a little bit extra pace over some of the drivers who are running assists tonight.
Yeah, exactly. And Leo, our Tier 1 driver, takes the lead, having that probably that top 4 starting on the grid. He's been able to manage to get away from Darkness, so Miller, VP, as we got yellow flags up the back. So Vengeance lost a couple of positions there, but it's side-by-side racing in areas that you wouldn't normally see, which is good to see in the first couple of laps.
Yeah, 100%, and this inexperience has just caused a few drivers here to make some mistakes here. Maniac and Miller being 2 of them, they've both picked up themselves some pens.
Yeah, as we go side by side along the back straight, Miller and BP side by side, but Jacko sitting comfortably. I'd say comfortably behind Miller as they go side by side. BP, does he think about hanging around the inside? Jacko holds the position, gets the move done. So Miller's dropped back, BP. So BP's got a lot of pace in these F2 cars. I've seen his pace. He's done a fair bit of time on them prior. So, but we'll see what Jacko and Miller can do to follow him.
Yeah, 100%. You can see that there's a little bit of a gap just starting to form there. BP's just starting to pull away from URL Jacko behind there. So, you know, that top four is starting to create themselves just their own little battle pack.
Yeah, exactly. And I think Cool Boy's around, unfortunately. Yeah, he's gone last corner. As we saw Banana and Jax side by side. Jax inside the line. Banana still holds it, but Jack will get a bit of run coming down to turn 3. Banana covers the inside. Jack's still going to have a lunge. Yes, he will.
Oh, he's absolutely sent it there. They're still going to go side by side. These are the critical corners fighting through here. It's really tough. You know, they're still going to go side by side. Jax is just going to have the inside line here into the right-hander, but unfortunately hasn't got quite a good drive here as Banana Cake Pie does slip himself past Jax. So, you know, at battling through there, it's also cost them time to Maniac in front. They've got themselves maybe a 2-second gap there, and there's a car around.
Who's that? That was Jax and Kiwi.
Caught up in that as well as Crazy Kiwi. Was it Crazy Kiwi or Kiwi 2011?
Kiwi 2011 it looks like. So unfortunate for them, but it was just that battle just let the cars in front and there's a slight bit of contact there. Especially at a part of the track where the car is unsettled, especially in these F2 cars. So, but we're on board now with Banana having to defend from Vengeance and Prince.
Yeah, 100%. This is absolute great defending here from Banana, keeping them behind, you know, getting himself as many points as he possibly can. He knows he's got some more experienced, quicker drivers behind him. So, you know, we'll have to see how longer he can hold these drivers behind him for.
Yeah, and as Kiwi's lost it out of the middle chicane, so obviously I think he lost his front wing, so he's going to fight back with 2 laps to go. Vengeance right behind Banana. This battle's not stopping.
Yeah, Prince is really close onto the back of Vengeance here. He's pulling out here and there, just trying to see where can he make a lunge here. I think Vengeance there just had a little bit of a tap on the wall on the left-hand side. Going into turn 3, Prince has got himself past there. So now he's behind Banana. Can he size himself up a move here on Banana? As Banana's picked himself up a 2-second time penalty, you know, from that pressure. And Prince has finally got himself past here just before the big back straight.
Yeah, but he ran wide, so Banana's going to have the toe. And Vengeance is sitting nicely. Vengeance, we're right on board with him. Oh, he's had to sort of back out of it a little bit. He's side by side with Banana. Nowhere to go. Thought about the inside. Side by side, Banana's got the right line, but Vengeance will come back at him. They've both got DRS, which will help Banana defend. So Banana does defend the inside. Can Vengeance do the switch back? No, he hangs it around the outside. So,
this is absolutely great fighting from the pair of them here. Still fighting as they go in through Sector 3 into the final 2 turns. Vengeance having just the inside line there, but can't quite get the drive on the exit. And Banana keeping the positions into the final corner.
He can, but that narrow exit out of the last corner will hurt, and Vengeance will have DRS.
And he has got the slipstream as well.
No, Vengeance didn't actually have DRS. Banana must have been just behind at the activation zone, which Banana will get again down this straight. So Vengeance is actually in trouble from Crazy Kiwi if he's not careful.
Yeah, 100% Australia, those 2 DRS zones, there's a double DRS detection point. So, you know, if you get the first one, you're going to get the second one as well.
Yeah, Banana runs wide. There's other battles through this field. All Vengeance goes a little bit wide. I think side by side, give me a better camera angle. Right on board with Crazy Kiwi as they go side by side. Oh, a little bit of contact. Some more contact. Vengeance, his nose just in front. Banana again got the inside line.
Further up the field, you've got BP and Darkness squabbling, just coming out of the last DRS zone, coming out of that turn 9, turn 10 chicane there. And BP's got himself up into the podium places.
Yeah, Vengeance ahead of Banana. Um, yeah, I don't know which battle to watch. You've got the battle for ninth, but you got the battles for second.
Yeah, and a lot of these drivers have got themselves penalties as well, so that's going to take a factor here as we've on the
Already,
final lap as well. Didn't even realise
yeah, neither
that.
did I. Leo, P1, Marcus P2, BP does pick up fastest lap, but we'll quickly jump back to this battle. All close. Prince gets Maniac on pens. What about Banana? Banana holds on, but he does drop positions due to his penalties. As we'll cross the line, it's got Blurs and Toddy. Oh, a bit of contact, but that was after the line. But Toddy does just get him. So as
Yeah,
we...
most of these drives at the back of the field are limping without front wings here. I could just see on Cool Boy, he's got no front wing. So I'm unsure if that's earlier or if he got it on this lap, but they're just limping home at this point.
Yeah, exactly. But as we were sort of hoping for, lots of great battles. Unfortunately, we just couldn't catch it all, and we probably only had one or two bigger incidents with, say, 4 drivers having damage. But as I think the great battle in the midfield, and then unfortunately unable to show the top battle, but that was just as close too. But Leo pretty much got the lead from the first lap, and then pretty much dominated and just kept the distance. He moved up 3. Marcus, I believe, moved up 1. So
Yeah, 100%, the luck he got to start higher up the grid, so that gave him a good launch off the line, got himself up into the lead early there from Leo. So that was a good drive from him.
Yeah, exactly. BP gets the game's driver of the day. So it'll be interesting to see how many spots he moved up. But there's your podium there, Leo. He's the first winner of tonight. So how many more can he pinch? I think with the pace that we just saw him, I won't be surprised that he picks up a couple more.
No, neither would I, These guys are experienced in driving the F1 game and they've probably spent just some hours having some fun on these types of cars. So, experience does have dividends when you're in this kind of championship.
Yeah, exactly.
Just having a look at it, BP started in P11, got himself up onto the podium places.
Exactly, and Prince P14 to P7, so he moved up quite a bit too. And as we look at the top 7, Marcus and Prince kept it clean. So Australia being known as one of the tracks that can get you penalties, we've got a few more of them on this calendar, so penalties may play a part and might actually see a race win taken away from someone. So
yeah, 100%.
But yeah, we'll
just
quickly
having a look. Have a look at Leo there. He picked himself up a penalty and he still got the win. So his pace is just too good in these types of cars.
Yeah, exactly. But Leo, again, winner. Marcus P2, BP P3, Darkness P4, which is probably pretty good Tier 3 driver that probably was matching the pace of the top 3 being Tier 1 drivers. So good race from Darkness. From I think front row of the grid, Jacko 5th, Miller 6th, Prince 7th, Maniac 8th, Vengeance 9th, Crazy Kiwi rounds out the 10, and then Matty Banana, he dropped down to 12th because of that penalty, unfortunately, but we saw Banana having great battles with Jack, Vengeance, and a few others, so...
Yeah, unfortunate for a lot of those drivers picking up penalties. That mid-pack was so close, they just lost too many positions due to it.
Yeah, exactly. Cool Boy, he was our pole man for that first race. Unfortunately, lost a few positions on that first lap and then having a spin coming around the final corner. So that unfortunately lost him any chance of points. But as we look at the top, Leo, 25, but BP, he got that fastest lap.
Yeah, I mean, those fastest laps, they could pay dividends at the end of this race. So, if you're somewhere towards the back, any point matters.
That's right. And next race, Great Britain. So we sort of know how that can go. And from memory, there was some good racing in F1 around Great Britain when we raced there a few weeks ago. So I'm expecting more of the same.
I mean, the great racing most certainly wasn't for myself. I was an absolute boat. But no, there was most certainly some great racing at Silverstone last time we were out, obviously in the F1 cars and now we're in the F2s.
So how many times do you reckon we'll see probably 2 cars side by side trying to go through Mackett's and Beckett's, you reckon? Probably a few times?
Yeah, no, I'd go a handful of times, maybe 4 or 5 times, If any of you are listening to the stream, just give us some entertainment, Cops Corner, I want to see some battles through there. I want to see someone absolutely send it, just because why not? Just for the action, just for the spectacle, and it's looking little bit cloudy, but still dry. So, you know, I was thinking in the back of my mind it's probably going to be wet, but no, clearly it's not going to be wet at Silverstone. So,
Yeah, you'd say Silverstone would probably be one of the tracks that you'd have a bit of weather.
yeah,
But
thinking about the calendar, Mexico, Japan, and Silverstone are probably my three in my mind that give you weather.
yep, exactly. We do have Baku. Sometimes we can have
And
some races.
just grabbing it here, 4-5 lights, and we are off here at Silverstone. The drivers are on, they're getting their way down to turn 1. From memory in the F2 car, it is flat. Kiwi 2011 has pole. GeForce Leo is absolutely the most luckiest man alive right now. He started P2, so he's still getting those lucky starts, and he's still up there near the front, and Kiwi leads them away. There are only a few incidents, one of them being Jax, who is now DNF'd at turn 1, I believe, and Crazy Kiwi, I think, also got mixed up in an incident at turn 1, but apart from that, I believe the start was all clean from everybody.
Yeah, I think that's a retirement on track, so I know there was a few cars spun around at the back, so it wouldn't surprise me if there might have been some more heavier damage on there, so we have 2 cars side by side up further. It is now line astern as we come through, just about to come through Cops for the first time. As we got
Kiwi's still leading us here. Leo just sticks in behind, staying patient. He knows he only has 5 laps, but he's got to make those 5 laps work, as Darkness is just in the slipstream there in P3.
Yeah.
As we go through Maggots and Beckett's here to the left, to the right, to the left, to the right, back and forth here for the first time. By the looks of it, there are no battles, so everybody is disappointed us here in the commentary box. You know, I'd love some action through there, but Kiwi 2011 kept it clean. He's still kept the lead of this race. GeForce Leo in that slipstream. There is a battle further behind Miller and URL Jacko here. Going to go side by side through the last sector. URL Jacko just picks up the position there in the last handful of turns.
Oh, Miller's gone around. I'm just on board with him now, so unfortunate for him. He managed to hold off Toddy, but couldn't get past Jacko, and then just lost it through Stowe, unfortunately. So
I've missed it. I'm unsure if you've been able to pick it up, but GeForce Leo's just picked himself up into P1 and also picked up the fastest lap here on this first lap. So he got somewhere past Kiwi 2011. Unfortunately, I missed that.
Yeah, as we see the 2 Red Bull livery cars of Marcus and Toddy battling. Oh, bit of contact there. Marcus on the outside. And BP capitalises. He's got up the inside of Marcus. So BP fighting his way through the field already.
Yeah, no, 100%. These drivers, you know, they're fighting off. They're picking these positions up as quickly as possible. You know, make moves now and we'll make up the pace later.
Exactly. Marcus still trying to fight BP, but not quite. So BP keeps his position. He's up 5. Jacko's up 5 as well. So they're the 2 bigger movers. Blurs down in 13th.
Darkness here is having a look into Cop's corner here on Kiwi 2011. He tries for the outside. He's gone for a little bit of a switchback here. He's shaping a move here into Maggots and Beckett's. They are going to go side by side, but unfortunately Kiwi's just had a little bit of a better run there and hasn't quite gotten the move done yet.
Yeah, Jacko was thinking about sticking the nose up there. He desperately wants a move, but he's going to have the double slipstream from the 2 cars. So as we've got Darkness.
Marcus Costa here is shaping up a move on Toddy here. You know, both the Red Bull liveries, although in different teams. Toddy just defending that one and keeping the position, although they're still going to go side by side in the last handful of turns.
Jacko going
Toddy
around
with the inside line.
Oh, contact.
Keeping it clean.
Contact between Jacko and Marcus. Don't know if Jacko was a little bit pinched there, but he's back on this train at least and shouldn't have any damage.
They're going side by side here into turn 1. Prince on Toddy here, but unfortunately didn't quite get the move going.
But they're still side by side coming into turn 3. Prince holds his line and gets it done.
That's a brilliant move from Prince.
Really nice move, but good racing from the pair of them, leaving each other room.
Yeah, 100%. Prince now, if he wants to get himself up anywhere towards that podium, he's got a handful of overtakes and a lot of pace he has to make up here.
Yeah, exactly. And we're on board with Banana now. He's side by side with BP, so Banana having fights with every single driver I think he's wanting in this series. Still side by side. Wants to try and get the better exit. BP, that outer line, will have the better run. Banana's still there. I think this is going to be side by side.
You've got Blurs and Matty AU. They're going to go side by side into Cop's corner. Blurs with the outside line. A little bit of contact there in the Cop's corner. Blurs making the move around the outside. But You know, unfortunately, he did have a little bit of contact, but Matty Ayu's got a good drive here. They're going through Maggots and Beckett side by side, but Blurs still makes that move.
Yeah, Banana and Maniac were going side by side at the end of out of the Exeter Chapel on the hanger straight now.
URL Jacko's got a really good slipstream here. He looks towards the inside. He's going to send it to the inside. Makes the apex of the corner as somebody has gone around. I'm unsure who.
Darkness has had the issue.
But they're still going to go side by side here, Maniac and URL Jacko, but Maniac just got a little bit too much curb there, and URL Jacko makes the move up into P8.
Exactly half the field picking up spots, but we've got Marcus right behind Kiwi, and this battling's only just helping Leo. He's nearly got a 5-second lead. Oh, bit of a moment.
Contact. Oh, they're off! Marcus Costa's gone, as well as Kiwi 2011. Prince finds himself up into P2, so he's made a little bit of a move there on somebody else's damage there. I'm unsure how much and who has fault with that, but you know, unfortunately made contact there just past turn 2.
Yeah, it was just
turn 3.
Yeah, it was just a little bit of contact there that sort of unsettled both of them, and yeah, unfortunately contact, but it was good racing up until that point. As we've got BP and Toddy. Toddy ran a little bit wide, so BP gets that third, so he'd be able to maybe fight Prince with a lap and a half to go, but Leo definitely out of range at the moment. But still, lots of battles. We got all Vengeance and Darkness side by side, and we're going to go side by side through cops now. Darkness has got the inside. Vengeance hangs out around the outside, but that possibly could be a warning. As you got Darkness.
Most likely is.
Oh, he thought about it, still nearly side by side. But Marcus and Vengeance, all Darkness picks up 2 seconds.
Prince is starting to leave BP in the dust here. He's already pulled out that DRS 1 second window. So I think Prince here, presuming he's kept it clean all race, is going to keep that P2.
Yeah, top 3 clean at the moment, so good for them. Oh, Jacko gets a good run on Banana as we're watching from the nose cone. Will he send it down the inside? Oh, a bit of contact. So Banana will not like that. I think Jacko gives up the position. Oh, a little bit more contact. Jacko, bit of a snap coming around the final corner. So Banana holds position. I think that was fair from Jacko not to make the move stick, considering that he did bump Banana. But they're still very close between. Jacko thinks better of it as Marcus thought about the inside of Vengeance.
Kiwi and Toddy further up are fighting it at turn 3, turn 4 here, but Toddy just got a better drive there on the outside. Kiwi is still slicking close to him. Toddy's looking to try and break that slipstream behind. You know, they are still squabbling here as Kiwi's going to try and send it around the outside here. You know, and then he's going to get the inside line for the right-hander. You know, that right-hander is difficult to keep on the outside line. Kiwi making the move here, but Toddy gets that supreme traction, having the outside line. A little bit of a touch there. Toddy gives his rear wing, and Toddy's going to have the inside line here. Into Cop's corner, they're going to go side by side on the last lap. Toddy hugging that apex, and he's made the move stick, although Kiwi gets the outside line. If you want to have on it, they're going to go side by side through into Maggots, Beckett's, giving each other room, but Kiwi's just giving it up there. Toddy just been given the space there by Kiwi, but great battling from the pair of them.
Yeah, still side by side. Who's that? Banana and Jacko fighting yet again. So it was 2 by 2 through Maggots and Beckett's, unbelievably, and no contact at all.
Yeah,
as we just got cars. Racing. Yeah, we've got just cars everywhere at the end of Hanger Straight. Oh, 3 wide.
Geoforce Lau has come across, and he is making it clear that he wants this championship very, very badly here. You know, he's just on that stop of the podium. You just can't seem to get away from him.
Yeah, and someone's had a spin at the back. I think that's Vengeance, but absolute carnage that final half lap. So we're just going to wait till penalties fix themselves out. But Leo, dominant in that race. 6.6 seconds in front of Prince, and BP about a second behind. But yeah, I think those top 3 are going to be unbeatable. But as I said, just the racing that we've seen in the mid-pack.
Yeah, look, GeForce Leo, you know, he's driven well, to be fair to him, but he's also been pretty lucky to start up to the top of the field every single race. So, you know, luck also matters in this championship, as well as how well you drive. And, you know, that 6-second gap he had to Prince behind, you know, they are both brilliant, brilliant drivers in their own merits. But that battling early on has cost Prince the win.
EP might just be going for driver of the day records, I think, because that's his second one in a row.
Yeah, wow. You know, he drove well 100% during that race. But you see Leo on the top of that podium. It's he's just gonna keep winning here. There's nothing to
Exactly.
stop him at this point of the championship.
But looking at the results here, Leo again front row. Pretty much once he gets the start, he was clear. But Prince and BP from 10th and 11th, they were able to move up. There was a little bit of carnage from Marcus and Kiwi that gave him a couple of spots, but those two definitely the better drivers. Or the quicker drivers. But Kiwi 2011 up in P4, Maniac P5, Banana having a fight with everybody P6, Toddy 7th, Jacko 8th, Crispy 9th, and Matty rounds out our 10.
Yeah,
So,
wow, that was even more entertaining than Australia, to be honest. I'm not gonna lie, that was some brilliant racing from everybody. A little bit scrappy at times, but most certainly majority of it was kept clean. So we like to see that.
yeah, we need 3 streams going so we can catch all the action. So I don't think I've shown Leo once, only because he's out on his own. But that's what he has to do, and he's picked up fastest lap. So from memory, he's on about 51 points and probably about 20 clear of second place. So probably need Leo to probably start at the back this next race, just to make it a little bit more interesting.
I reckon we scrap random grid and we just put Leo at the back and we just randomize everybody else. We just randomly move everybody else, but Leo starts at last. I reckon that's fair at this point. Got to give everybody a chance.
Yeah, but we've only got, which is sort of good that we've only got 3 drivers that have yet to score a point out of the 18 drivers, which is good to see that there's mixture in the midfield. So while Leo's probably sort of commanding at the front, just the mixture of pace and drivers that we have in the midfield is just make it really exciting. And yeah, couple more incidents that race, but overall I think there's been hard racing, but for the most part it's definitely been fair.
Yeah, 100%. It's been so exciting. We haven't even had a chance to look at chat just while we've got 30 seconds. Miller, if you're still watching, how's the legal studies class? Yeah, we don't talk about that after how Monday's performance was. Yeah, let's just say that they've told me that they were very disappointed in my performance. As was myself. So, there you go. If that's the update you're looking for. And hello to you, Venti.
You're getting some love from Benchy there.
Where's our love for Scotty? Someone say that we love Scotty. I love Scotty. We love Scotty. Come on.
Yeah. Or as Moose says, Scotty doesn't know, but we'll go past that. I'll just say Scotty doesn't know how to bloody drive in this game, but again, we'll leave it at that. Well, I know how to drive. I'm just bloody slow in Tier 1. But
I mean, you're faster than me, so you can hold that over a Tier 4 driver.
To be fair,
I've got the Prince blood, so you can hold that over me.
That's true, but looking at time trial times and grandson Nitsim T4 having faster time trial times, not exactly a good look when you're the Tier 1 captain, but anyway.
I believe it's your chance to let the drivers away on the lights, so
I will at Japan. It is dry again, so 5 lights. Hopefully it's not Leo at the front. It is a clean, it's Kiwi and Jacko at the front. Fairly steady start from all the drivers. Hopefully we can navigate turn 1 and 2. Kiwi gets the lead and keeps it. We've got 2 wide at the back. All a little bit of front to rear contact, but everyone's managed to hold on as we go through the first tight sector of the S's. Also, there's a bit of contact, fair few drivers, and it's absolute car park at the back.
Yeah, no, 100% there. They had a clean getaway at the start, but the midfield are going 3, 4, maybe even 5 wide here through the back end of the S's. Clearly our prayers in the commentator's box have been answered. G-Force Leo, he started at the back of the grid. So, we can finally see what he's made of in an F2 car as he runs a little bit wide there just on the grass. So, he hasn't made up any positions yet. So, we'll have to see what he can do in these last 4.5 laps.
Exactly, quickly jumping up, Jackson Coolboy side by side out of the hairpin. Jax unfortunately hasn't scored in the first 2 races, but he's had a decent bit of contact there. I think he's gone around. No, that's Coolboy. As someone's just completely destroyed one of the boards on the side. So Coolboy losing positions unfortunately. Running a little bit wide. Who we got there? Banana.
Once again, the top, 5-ish are just starting to pull away from the drivers behind. They just keep it clean, and everybody behind them just fights a hell of a lot. So there's not much
Hang
of
on,
a pack.
bit of a mess at the front. Up here, Kiwi and Jack's front wide. So, and Prince is going to capitalise. We're right on board with Prince to see the view of the top 3, all except for Prince. Everyone just trying to stay in line.
BP at the chicane at the end of the lap. He's gone around, so he's unfortunately last now. So he'll probably end up picking up a fastest lap at some point here. You know, he keeps picking them up, so...
Exactly, so we've got the top 4 definitely with the train.
You've got Crazy Kiwi and Miller there. They're going to go side by side here through the S's. They went side by side, although Miller, I don't know if he was contact, but he's ended up in the wall. Definitely had to have some damage on that car. If he hasn't, his lucky stars have been answered, you know, but going through side by side through the S's with Japan being in about a week and a half's time. All drivers, don't go side by side through the S's, please. Keep it clean, lads. Keep it patient.
Yeah, I doubt we'll see that except for the first lap in the F1 cars, but F2, if you can hold it around the outside. But again, these guys giving each other a lot of space a lot of the time. As Toddy gets past Crispy out of the hairpin.
G-Force Leo, after having, you know, started at the back of the grid, he's got up to P13. So, you know, it's not just all luck for him. He actually has some pace in these F2 cars.
Yeah, exactly. As we've got Crispy right on Toddy and Toddy right on Vengeance. Having a look at the gaps, it's fairly close. Or Leo, I think he's had a moment. He's dropped a couple of spots.
You've got Prince OK10 here. He's just charging in on Kiwi. Getting a bucket load of time out of him, you know, corner after corner, lap after lap. So, you know, I'd expect a battle here for the last podium position in the next few laps.
Oh, nose to tail between Toddy. All Cool Boys had a spin, but it was nose to tail between Toddy and Vengeance. As on board with Toddy, he's going to try and take the outside line around turn 1. Can he hold it?
Look here, you've got 2 Red Bulls here going side by side into turn 1, Toddy and Vengeance. And Vengeance has picked up that position there.
Yeah, Toddy ran a little bit wide, but he's sticking his nose up there. Got to be careful. Any sort of contact will turn Vengeance. But manages to hold.
If 10 wants any chance of winning this race, he's going to have to get Kiwi pretty quickly as Jacko and Jax are starting to pull away just a little bit from Kiwi behind.
Yeah, Kiwi just dropped off a little bit, which shows the pace of Jax and Jacko, but Jacko's not letting Jax get away.
Further behind, Maniac, I think that was. No, Crispy, mate. It was one of the... And he's picked up some damage there, Crispy, mate, on the right side of his front wing.
Unfortunate there.
Gone, so unfortunately, I think there was a little bit of contact there that he ended up in the wall.
I think we got Prince and Kiwi. Prince looking up the inside. Nice move from Prince up the inside of Kiwi. So Kiwi will probably have the better run out of the back straight.
Yeah, Prince is smart here because of the slipstream Kiwi will have. He's going to stick to the inside here as they're going to go through 130R side by side. It's not really where you see moves made.
Yeah,
and unfortunately, outline for Kiwi, just he can't quite get the drive around that corner. Although they've come fighting through into the chicane. I think he just sent it a little bit here. They're going to go side by side still. Marcus Costa has just started to join this battle. We might see it 3 wide into turn 1 here. I think Prince has been left without the DRS here, so maybe it's just going to become a Kiwi Marcus Costa battle. Prince is just going to keep it here on the outside. Not quite there. Prince up past Kiwi up the inside, but Marcus Costa got 2 for the price of 1 there. The battling of Kiwis,
Prince had a moment. Both. Prince had a moment though, so Kiwi's back past. Well, and Darkness is wanting to capitalise on Prince's mistake. So, yeah, Kiwi, just unfortunately, he's run wide at the fast areas, which has opened it up from the guy behind, but they're sort of making their own mistakes.
They're battling here, Prince and Darkness. Darkness looking for the outside, but Prince just holding that inside, keeping the apex. He's holding Darkness behind him, you know, trying to salvage what points he can get. He had the potential to get a podium in this race. Most likely he's going to have to settle for P5, maybe P4 if you can get Kiwi here on the hairpin. As I say that, he's gone for it down the inside, and they're going to go side by side. We'll see another one of Prince's moves here, as he's going to have the inside line into the first of the 2 left-handers onto the back straight.
Yeah, Prince thought about the inside, Kiwi sort of cover it, but Kiwi sort of running wide again. Surprisingly, they hasn't picked up a penalty yet with the amount of times that he's gone off, but these 3 still can't be separated, Kiwi, Prince and Darkness, as I think that's Prince still on the inside. He locks the inside. Oh,
Prince is
darkness,
going for the
darkness.
inside. They're going to go 3 wide through 130R. Oh my absolute days. Kiwi has run wide, but he's still kept that P4. A little bit of contact there between Prince and Kiwi. And Prince has picked him up that position. And unfortunately, Kiwi down to P6. Darkness has picked him off.
How we've still got 3 cars facing the right way after that, I have no idea. But Darkness
He's going to go for the outside into turn 1 here. As I haven't got a great camera angle on it. Darkness
gets it done. Yeah, exactly.
There, but he's picked up a penalty. I think he picked up a penalty because
Yeah,
he ran
did.
wide there as well. You know, we're on to the last lap now. I can't believe it. It's already been the 5 laps.
Also, race for the lead. Jacko looked for a move up there. Says, he's turned.
Oh, it's contact.
So it'd be interesting to see if that was Jack sort of lost it trying to get up the hill, or if there was a tiny touch from Jacko. We'll have to wait and see.
I think it might have been a mixture of a little bit of both, as I think that's Darkness there ran wide onto the gravel.
Yeah,
but,
possibly
he's got himself up onto the podium here.
Possibly avoiding Jax. Oh, side by side. Jax can still get this podium with Darkness's penalty, but Jack's got to be a little bit careful.
Side by side action. He's just trying to capitalise here. He knows he can still get a podium through this race. So he's onto the back now of Darkness Abyss.
So Prince, will he look about the inside? He likes this move at this corner. They stay as is, but Darkness will look for a better run. He looks like he got it with the slipstream. Can he sort of try and make the outside line? He's gone for that a couple of times these last couple of laps. Thought about the inside.
Just a few lengths too far behind. Darkness looked for the move down the inside, but unfortunately there's no braking into R130R. Prince is sending it on Darkness Abyss.
Contact.
A little bit of contact there, just on the front left of Prince's tyre, but it looks like he's going to come home in P5 as Kiwi ran wide there onto the gravel. So, on penalties, Prince P4, that's absolutely great battling from the rest of them. Jax, after that contact, still picking up P3, so that's great drive from them. G-Force Leo start at the back, only P12 for him, so finally he's picked up a worse position than P1.
Yeah, exactly. A couple of 5-second penalties at the end for ignoring yellow flags, so if it was an actual league race, maybe might have been able to get them removed, but Jacko did win that mark as he picks up the drive of the day for the 3rd race. So Jacko wins. Definitely would have been interesting to see on board whether there was contact or Jack sort of started to lose it and then Jacko had nowhere to go. But Jacko and Jax, they had good pace, sort of managed to gap the field a little bit. But yeah, another good battle between Prince, Darkness. So
I'm just glad to see A, somebody other than Leo win this race, and B, somebody else pick up driver of the day, you know. BP and Leo, they just decide to create a bit of a force there of themselves in the first 2 races. And finally we have a few different drivers. So that'll spice up, you know, a bit of the standings and things like that. So it's always nice to see.
Yeah, so Jacko, he gets our 2nd winner of this series. Marcus picks up another podium. Jax, he gets his first podium, but what could have been without that last lap incident? Prince, Kiwi, Darkness, they had those 3 battle. Banana, again, top 10 position, same as Maniac, Vengeance, and Crazy Kiwi rounds out the 10. BP, unfortunately, he's had a few issues that race, same as Leo, but they're still together again, 11th and 12th. They just don't score any points between them. Cool Boy, unfortunately, had a spin, and then Toddy, Miller, they had their issues in that race, but good to see Jacko with pace. Yeah, but definitely good to see Leo, unfortunately with that incident, but he's definitely got the pace to make his way through, same as BP, but luckily enough that we're sort of seeing this mixture, but again, it's the battling.
Yeah, no, 100%. The battling costs you a lot of time, but we're loving to see it. From memory, I think it's Monza next. I think we're at Monza next. Am I mistaken?
We are, which will be very interesting to see.
Hopefully, a lot of our drivers can drive a lot cleaner than they did in their own league races in the F1 cars.
Well, hopefully,
absolute shit show.
Hopefully we can get down the front straight without anybody crashing into each other and spinning ourselves into the wall. Because I'm pretty sure we had that, I think, 4 times this week in terms of.
It's harsh for me to say, as somebody who did get taken out at turn 1 in my league race this week. But lads, it's a straight. You drive straight. It's a straight. You know, no need. No, it's a straight for quite a while, lads. All right, so you just keep it in your own line. Don't do anything stupid on the first lap, please. Although secretly, as a commentator, I'd love to see it. You know, but you know, I'd love to see clean racing as well, just so that some of these drivers can get a little bit of redemption for how they did in their races this week.
Yeah, exactly. And I'm expecting a 4 wide into turn 1. Yeah, it's going to be that close, and we're going to see another car park, but hopefully we can get through fairly cleanly. Hopefully we can get through. Actually, I hope we get to the first corner with all 18 cars. That would be nice.
Oh, I think it's 19 now. I think Superchair has joined us. I don't think he was here at the start.
Yeah, he's joined us. So another tier 1 driver.
I think we're up to 19 now,
which is good to see. So he's joined us late,
and it's dry once again. You know, I haven't seen any weather yet. I was thinking in the back of my mind, you know, weather would spice this race up quite a lot. And also with the default setups, you know, they'll be going a lot slower down that straight than they usually would. So, you know, it'd be interesting to see how they go through turn 1 here.
Yeah, and slipstream will play a more effect due to more downforce on the car. But if you want to take the start for us.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely take the start. We've just got to wait for the countdown, wait for all the drivers to be ready as we're getting the lights on now, just waiting for them to show up on the screen. We've got 1, we've got 2, we've got 3, we've got 4, and we have all 5 lights here, and we are go down the home straight here. They're looking already 3, 4 wide back into turn 1 here. Will there be any carnage here? Crazy Kiwi, he's leading us from GeForce Leo there. By the looks of it, I think everybody's gotten through the first few turns cleanly. I'm just looking towards the back of the field. A little bit of touching there from Jackson BP, but keeping it all clean. You know, Superchair and Crispy just a few lengths behind the field as I think they're going to go 3 wide here into the second chicane. Everybody's looking to break the toe. It's an absolute car park at the minute as I think somebody stopped Kiwi from spinning there, and there's a Red Bull of, I'm unsure who, but they went wide just on the exit of that chicane. I think it might have been Toddy there. Just had to go wide, avoid from taking some people out.
Yeah, Blues had a bit of an issue as, who's that? I think Kiwi and Prince going side by side. Prince had a shocker start off the line, so he's dropped back. I think he started P6, so he's back down in 13th. So unfortunate from him. We'll see if he can make his way back. Yeah, he's actually down 9 spots, so he was 4th or 5th.
Yeah, wow, that's just an incredible loss. You know, that's a very large loss as there's yellow flags further behind. Unfortunately, Blurs, I think he might have taken too much curb just on the right-hander of Ascari. So that's unfortunate for him, but he's gotten going, so he's not out of this race, so we still have all 19.
Yeah, we've got cars side by side through Parabolica. I think we've had a spinner. That's Darkness. That was Darkness. Oh, as someone's gone just on the line. Who's that Darkness again. So hadn't fully corrected it. So he's going to be at the back and he's got damage. So he won't be scoring points this race.
Cake Pie and Maniac are going side by side through. I think Banana Cake Pie made the move there into the first chicane. Further back, we're seeing more racing action. Jackson Prince going at it. I'm unsure who made the position there, but they're still squabbling through down the field.
Yeah,
as we've got a massive gap of the leaders. Maniac
and
Banana
Cake
Pie
Miller.
once again 3 wide through the second chicane. Miller just sent himself over the curves and he hasn't made anything of it. That's a brave call from himself.
Still side by side, all a little bit of contact. That's forced Maniac wide, which will open the door possibly for Cool Boy. Not quite, but Cool Boy running wide leaves the door for Matty. So a couple of newer names. Oh, we've got a spinner at the back. That's Crispy. So he's around, so he'll have damage hitting that wall fairly hard. But Crazy Kiwi and Leo pretty much gapping away, and Leo right on the back of Crazy Kiwi. So I fear it won't be too long before Leo takes the lead for the 3rd race in 4 races.
No, I've got the same feeling. Hopefully one of us can actually catch it this time, as they are going to go side by side. GeForce and Crazy Kiwi into the last corner here. GeForce Leo hugging that inside line, but unfortunately can't quite as good drive as Crazy Kiwi. Kiwi got the better drive, but he's got the slipstream down the home straight. GeForce Leo looks for the inside, but he hasn't quite got the overspeed from the slipstream. GeForce Leo pulls out, he looks for the inside. He doesn't quite go for the move, just sticks in with that rear diffuser. So he's just staying patient here. He's waiting for his opportunity to make that move on Crazy Kiwi.
Yeah, Maniac and Miller side by side into turn one. All a bit of contact from the guys behind. So we got four, five wide nearly. So I fear there might be carnage at turn four. Drivers jockeying to try and get a move. I think we're three wide. Or can we get through this? Oh, Red Bull straight into the wall. So I think that was Marcus, unfortunately, as we still got side by side between Cool Boy and Maniac. Maniac gets the position. Sorry, that was Miller gets the position on Miller. Oh, bit of contact. Maniac has a bit of a snap, so this is going to allow everybody else behind to get a nice run of him.
DRS
three wide.
Is finally open here. GeForce Lau is going to make the move here into Ascari for the lead of this race. So I've seen it. I've finally seen GeForce Lau make a move for the lead of this race, but he now leads it from
all cars everywhere at Ascari. We were 2-3 wide.
My days,
that was gonna end badly, and we still got 3-4 cars wide coming down the final.
Oh my gosh,
straight.
they're gonna go 4 wide here. Vengeance is in the middle of this.
Oh, contact!
There's about 7 cars who have gone into the wall here.
That's Vengeance 3 that spun.
I think no, not Crispy. Matty AU. Maniac's going to come through it now. Vengeance, I think Darkness Abyss might have been caught up in that as well. Wow, lads, it's a straight going into that corner. You know, just stay straight as we've got a battle further down for P10. Kiwi and Blurs here are looking at each other into turn 1. Blurs just keeping his position now. Prince making a move here on Toddy, getting himself up into P7, forcing Toddy a little bit wide there onto the grass. Prince is losing some positions here. I think he got poor traction out of that chicane, and unfortunately so many drivers are passing him here as they're going 2-3 wide further back on the field into the second chicane here. Blurs looks for the inside, but he can't quite make the move.
Well, Blurs had a bit of a moment, I think, or it was Kiwi, as we've got more spinners at the back, the 2 Red Bull livery cars, so that's Costa and
Boy
Toddy.
Ended up in the wall there as well, I think, or he ran wide. But he was ghosted. Prince OK10 makes the move on Kiwi 2011. So there is so much action here in this mid-pack.
Yeah, Superture ran wide. That allowed Kiwi and Prince both past him, but Kiwi and Prince side by side yet again. I think we saw this in Japan. All side by side, they've both gone wide.
Prince with the opportunistic move into the inside of Ascari, and he's made that move stick. So that's a brave move, but a brilliant move from the Aston Martin driver and the Tier 1 driver.
Yeah, exactly. All Superture looking to get up the inside of Kiwi, not quite, but he's going to force his way through.
Darkness Abyss has retired, so I'm unsure what's happened there. But
that looks like with Toddy. So they might have come together on the exit of Ascari, or in the middle of Ascari, should I say, as we got...
Looking further down, you've got Kiwi and Superture and BP just involved in a 3 wide into turn 1. Kiwi keeping that for now. They're still going to go side by side further behind. But I think they've all stayed in their positions for now.
Straightening out, but we got round 2 with Jax and Jacko, all a little bit of contact as well. So these two, maybe Jax wasn't happy, so with Japan, so bit of contact down into turn 4. So this is probably going to get a little bit feisty. So Jacko behind Jax yet again. So, but Jax, he's moved up 14 positions, so he's our big mover this race.
Yeah, no, 100%. Just having a look. It's currently the last lap, but I can't believe it. There's too much action going on to be able to handle. But GeForce Leo once is a force to be reckoned with. He's picking up another win in this championship. Crazy Kiwi cannot stop him.
Yeah, Prince.
So can anybody stop him?
Yeah, exactly. Prince gets past Blurs. So before Ascaris, that's a nice move by him. It's sort of steadied out a little bit, but I'll actually watch Leo across the line for a change. So Leo, he's 3 from 4. So really nice job from him. Crazy Kiwi, awesome job to get second. And Banana, after the battles we've seen him in the first 3 races, he's managed to score his first podium of the night. And then Miller P4, Jax and Jacko, again, couldn't be matched. Couldn't be separated at the line. Prince, Kiwi, Superture, BP does get a point, but that's more points lost from Leo.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, Leo is just a force to be reckoned with. He's also got some ridiculous amount of luck. Like, somehow he's just always starting towards that front of the pack.
Yeah, exactly. Jack's drive of the day, I'd say worthy. I think that he started from the back of the grid and moved up into, I believe, believe, P5 or P6. So, yeah, nice drive from him. So that's 2 in a row that he's had a good race and bit of contact and bit of battling with Jacko. So we'll see if that can continue.
Yeah, 100%. You know, that still going on, that battling for that midfield pack, you know, it does cost them time to the leaders in front. Definitely saw that. The top two, they just ran away from the pack behind them.
Yeah, so Leo sort of, I feel he's going to run away with this if he doesn't keep starting at the back. Buster in the chat. I got Seb with me on comms. And no quali. It's just a random grid. 5 laps. There is standard damage and strict corner cutting. So, yeah, that's our rules. But looking at the results again, Leo, Crazy Kiwi, Banana. There's your top 3.
I'm just having a look there. Leo picked up the fastest lap as well, so that could pay dividends at the end of this championship.
Pretty sure that's his 3rd fastest lap, if my memory serves me correct. So Leo, he's showing his speed.
I think it's Leo's first because BP got the first 2, didn't he? I think.
Possibly. It's either Leo or BP at the moment. So it's those two fighting. So,
I mean, they're both a force to be reckoned with in the F1 cars, and they've made it clear they're both a force to be reckoned with in the F2 cars.
Yeah,
as much as we don't like them, add the ability to race each other in supercars, and we'll test how well they go in them.
BP's done a bit in the supercar, so he likes them too.
Oh no!
Yeah.
Oh great! No, don't do that then.
Yeah. Unfortunate for Cool Boy, he was sort of spun. He was in the 10, but unfortunately got spun. So hard luck. Still 4 more races to go. Azerbaijan. So as we know, this can sort of throw up a little bit, and you've got that long start finish straight. So, and with these F2 cars, you can get through the final, I'd say, technical corners flat, but if you do not get your line right, you're in the wall. I know that for a fact.
No, 100%. You know, I'm just thinking in my mind, will anybody be brave enough to make a move into the castle section?
Yeah, exactly.
That's what I'd like to see. You know, if somebody's brave enough, just stick it down the inside at the castle section.
I'm just glad that we've got ghosting on for this race, so we
will
not have a car park.
I'm expecting a shadowed car park at the castle section on lap 1. Someone in the mid pack, I reckon, like if someone's in P8, the person in P8, I'm not sure who that's going to be, but whoever's in P8 is going to get spun around just at the castle section. Someone's going to tap him in the back, and it's going to be an absolute car park, and the top 5 are just going to run away with it in this race. So let's hope G-Force Layer's at the back of the pack, you know, so he has to fight through it.
I'm hoping for some weather. We've had fairly dry. I'm thinking if we've got 7 races out of the 8 that are dry, I know Abu Dhabi's not exactly tendency for wet, but I reckon we've got to make that a wet race, I think.
No, I reckon we just make it full wet at Abu Dhabi, as much as there's a 0% chance of it ever raining there, just because no one's ever been in wet conditions in Abu Dhabi. Just because why not?
Yeah. Well, we got Nutella Mandela. He's our 20th driver, so we will have I'd say a full grid, because unfortunately you can't have 22 cars if you've got a couple of spectators, but we have got 20 cars, so let's see what Jamie can do.
Buster in the chat there just before we go saying should have had one-shot quali. I mean, I would say that one-shot quali would be an element that we maybe could have used, but I just think that it doesn't create it as entertaining. You have drivers who have never raced against each other fighting for points in this race, and it makes it a little bit more exciting. You know, I most certainly know that from this being my first game of proper league racing, you know, I've started to learn the drivers that I drive against. I've started to learn their patterns, how to battle against them. They've most certainly learnt mine. You know, but if you're driving against someone that you don't know, it just creates a little bit more excitement, particularly if you're both just trying as hard as you can to keep it clean.
Yeah, exactly. And we also probably don't want to see a lot of the tier 1 drivers, unless they invalidate, probably start near the front. So at least we get a mixture of all tiers between each grid. So we've got, say, Leo, he's been at the front, yes, but we've also had to see him fight from the back, see Jax fight from the back, BP from the back. So it's good racing to see them fight through it. And then they're not getting through as easy as what I thought too. So Jax, yeah, he did, but there was probably a bit of carnage at Italy. So, but yeah, they're having to work for it.
Once again, no weather, and I believe it's your turn to lead us from the start. So.
Well, Yeah, I will. It is a short run to turn one. However, we have seen in the past people try and go 2-3 wide and have a sneaky dive bomb, but we have 4 or 5 lights. We'll see who's on the front row and can they get a decent start. It's a nice start. Crazy Kiwi and Superture are your front two. Seems like a clean start by most of the drivers. Oh, that was a dive bomb from Coolboy, I believe. So that's taken out Crazy Kiwi, unfortunately, and Superture. So I say that front two, that didn't last very long.
No, 100%. I just had a look there. G-Force Leo, he started the back of the pack. He's already up to P13 due to that carnage at turn one. We love to see it. Matty AU is leading the pack from Banana Cake Pie. Coolboy has got himself up into the podium places here at the minute. There's a Red Bull who is absolutely centered, has gone straight on. I think that's Toddy. He had an absolute late break there. You know, the walls around here, they absolutely kill you. Toddy's gone straight into one there.
Yeah, exactly, and there's a bit of congestion in the midfield. Having a couple of guys having spins and side by side through this tight section. But as we come up, Matty AU, he's got the lead. Banana right behind him. Coolboy, I don't think it was Coolboy that spun Crazy. I think it might have been Superture, just a little bit late on the brakes, but we'll have to wait and see. But Matty AU, as can everybody else get through the castle? I think everyone has.
Yeah, they've all sorted themselves out. There were definitely a few going side by side down that little straight before the castle section, but they all sorted out before. And there's a
round at the
spin
back. That's BP.
Behind,
BP and Crazy.
And Crazy. That might have been a bit of an incident between each other, or maybe they just both spun.
Yeah, side by side. Darkness. I think he might have hit the wall. Yes, he has. He's in the wall.
All this carnage is helping out our championship leader of G-Force, Leo. He started, I think, P19, maybe P20. I think P19. He's already got himself up into P10 here. He's looking, he's shaping up a move here on Maniac. He's pulled out
Marcus
of the
hit the wall. He's out.
Somebody, once again, you said it. You got to make sure you get that line right, and he most likely didn't.
Yeah, I saw about 3 or 4 different cars hit that wall, as we got 3 wide going into turn 1. As who's that? I think that's Jacko dive bombing. Oh, and there's contact between Coolboy and I think it might have been Kiwi or Matty. But everyone's still facing the right way from what I can tell. So Jacko, he takes the lead from Banana, from Kiwi. Oh, and I saw a couple of drivers run down the escape road at turn 2. Lure and Miller fighting side by side. As if it wants to give me a good camera angle, Miller. Oh, and contact. Leo's around. Leo's around. So he drops out of the points.
That's unfortunate. He's dropped out of the points now, so you know mistakes are going to cost him, particularly in 5 laps. They're going to cost these drivers.
Yeah, he was tagged from behind. Oh, bit of contact between Matty and Miller.
Oh, further behind, there's a little bit of a car park of Red Bulls in the middle of the way. I think that might be Vengeance.
Yeah, that's Vengeance. He's dropped back down.
He's gone down quite a lot of positions there, and I think he's going to come out into P19.
Oh, nearly side by side in the castle section. Oh, someone hit the wall. I think that's Maniac. It is. He's tagged the wall in the castle, trying to go up the inside.
So many drivers have spun there at the castle section. Many of them are out. Oh my gosh, it is spinner after spinner after spinner. You'd think they're all copying each other.
So from the first 3 good races that we've had, unfortunately Italy and now Baku, probably 2 races that are known that can cause carnage. We've seen it in these opening 2 laps. Oh, and someone's had a moment. Blurs just hitting that curb but managed to keep it out of the wall, but he's going to be vulnerable to Miller behind.
Yeah, 100%. You know, this track, it bites, and it bites hard when you make a small error. So, you know, we love to see it. Pushes all these drivers to the limits, as Toddy has retired. So I think he might have spun just before the small S's section, as I'd like to call it here at Baku.
Miller up the inside of Blurs, but Blurs managed to hold around the outside. Miller will try again up the inside of turn 2. He does. Can he get it pulled up? Got to leave Blurs room. He does. Blurs gets a better exit. Miller hit the wall, but that will leave him a little bit vulnerable.
Or further behind, someone went straight on. I'm unsure of who that was.
Darkness had a spin, but I'll quickly jump back up to Miller and Blurs. So this battle's still raging. Kiwi about half a second behind Banana.
I don't know where to look. There's so many battles that are just about to occur. I don't know where to look.
Yeah, I was going to say the pack seemed like it was spreading out, but then all of a sudden everybody's just sort of come together again.
Yeah, it's crazy.
So,
Uh,
yeah, Miller looking for a move. Oh,
there's a
Blues hit
tap
the...
there.
Yeah, no, I think Blues just went deep into the castle, and Miller
I'd,
had nowhere to go.
I'd be surprised if Mandela there doesn't have damage. I think he rammed into the back of Blurs. Just unexpectedly, both of them were parked up through the castle section.
Yeah,
So I'd be quite surprised if he doesn't have front wing damage.
Yeah,
I think if he wants any chance at a big amount of points, he's got to stay out here with the damage and risk it.
Yeah, hopefully ghosting was turned on enough, but yeah, I think because it just happened so quickly and they were so tight together, all Darkness loses a spot to BP, but I'll go back to Blues. Natella's holding with him, so he may not have too much damage, but we've got
Prince OK 10 here is closing in on Crispy and Matty Ayuki. He might be looking for the double move here into turn 1.
Oh,
He's
contact!
Slipstream. Oh, contact on the straight there between, I think it was Matty and Crispy there.
Yeah, Crispy just completely ran up the back of Matty, unfortunately, so not what we wanted to see. And
Cool Boy is at a spinner at turn 1.
Unfortunate for him. I know he was sort of clear.
Miller and Prince OK10 are going side by side here. I think Prince OK10 might have been left without the DRS. Yeah, unfortunately he hasn't got any DRS here to fight back at Miller. So Miller's kept P6, although Prince pulls out. He looked for a little bit of a dive bomb. Can't quite go, though. Miller there is running quite wide here. They're going to keep it side by side. Prince has got it ahead further behind. Crispy tried it on Miller but couldn't quite make it move. So Prince has got himself up into P6.
Yeah, as we got Rip the Beans that's joined, so spots opened up with Matty unfortunately leaving. So he'll be in for the next race, but we'll keep a look at this battle. I'll quickly jump back up actually to Kiwi and Blues. They're fighting for the final podium spot. No, sorry, Kiwi and Banana, I should say, for second and third.
Oh, as there's someone straight on.
Oh,
Mandela
2 cars.
And Prince OK10, 3, 4, 5. I think cars might have gone straight on there. Oh my goodness, cars going straight at the castle section there.
There was at least 2, and this isn't sorted out just yet. These guys will have to be careful if they've got damage.
Yeah, wow, Prince OK10 has lost a lot of because of that. He had a chance there to get some big points that he's going to dive bomb here on Crazy Kiwi. He's forced him a little bit into the wall as somebody else has gone quite around his outside. So Prince OK10 angry with that.
Yeah, as I've got Jax right. Oh, and the car's just gone flying. Miller is out. As the car pretty much went airborne. It seemed like he just went straight. I think he had damage and didn't quite realise it, or was trying to just carry too much speed. But I've got Cool Boy and BP and Jax into turn 1. Oh, Cool Boy looking for a move. Didn't quite work out, so Jax BP 6th and 7th at the moment. Banana, he's lost his spot to Kiwi, but this battle for second's not over and we're on our final lap. Jacko, he's got a 3-second lead, so this is going to be another victory for him.
Yeah, 100%. He's got himself that big lead for the drivers behind, so you know, big chance for one of these players here to get themselves a P2, but nobody's going to be taking this win away from URL Jacko.
Yeah, as we thought there was maybe a little bit of controversy for Japan, but he's done absolutely nothing wrong in this race. Led from the front and has pretty much just increased that gap.
Yeah, he's just pulling away from the drivers behind. Banana Cake Pie a little bit too far, I think, to make a move. And I'd say that this left-hander coming up here is the last chance you've got to send a dive bomb, although you've got the slipstream onto the home straight here. So can he get a good traction zone out of these final corners, you know, and then set himself up well through the final corners, which haven't got much braking power through them. He sets himself up quite nicely there. Kiwi just pulls out wide to set up his line here through these last corners. Can they set themselves up wide enough and clean enough? Here, Banana Cake Pie is going to have the slipstream. He's also going to have the DRS before the line here. He's closing and closing and closing. Gaps down to about 2.5 tenths now. Onto the home straight. He's going to pull out. They're going to go side by side here. I think he's going to have the overspeed.
Oh, he did.
Banana
He did.
Cake
Got him.
Pie on the line. He's just picked up Kiwi 2011 there. So that's a P2 for Banana Cake Pie, and that's a brilliant drive from him.
As we got Jackson BP. Oh, BP's had a loss. So a little bit of contact, hopefully he can cross the line. But unfortunate from BP. Just a little bit of contact side by side with Jax. So he finishes outside the point. Leo, with that pen that he had, he's only 10th, so he only picks up a point, while Jacko, he picks up 25.
Yeah, 100%. You know, when we think that GeForce Leo is going to win this championship quite convincingly, something comes in, something unknown, throws themselves into the mix. He started from the back, and carnage after carnage hurts you, and then gives you a little bit of a distance and hurts you once again. So unfortunately for Leo, he had a chance to pick up some good points, but only P10, so that's only that single point for him.
Yeah, but Jacko, he gets his second win. So he's coming back. I think it'll only be probably about 10 points. Prince, he picks up drive of the day. He had his few issues, so it'll be interesting to see where he finished.
He started the back of the grid with GeForce Leo, so that's a brilliant drive from him to pick up. I think it was P7 in the end. So, brilliant drive from him.
So, Jacko definitely in the championship hunt now with 3 races to go.
Yeah, wow, these last few ones have gone quite quickly, so it'll be interesting to see what can happen now.
So as we look at our results, Jacko P1 Banana, he gets his second podium in a row, and Kiwi P3. Blurs Crispy, Jax Coolboy, he picks up his first points, Coolboy. Prince in 8th, Darkness in 9th, and Leo championship leader at the moment, P10. Crazy Kiwi 11th, BP 12th, Superture 13th, Matty 14th, Maniac 15th, Detella 16th, Miller 17th, Toddy 18th, Vengeance 19th, and Marcus was our first DNF, I should say. So we had 5 DNFs, so hopefully we can get a little bit cleaner in these next couple of races.
Yeah, this track, it bites you hard when you make a small mistake with the wall so enclosed. You know, it's a fast-paced Monaco with some overtaking zones, so it just bit some of those drivers a little bit too hard.
Exactly, Leo, he's only got a 5-point lead now.
And we're on to Austria for our sixth race, I think now. 6th race of the championship.
We are Austria. Yeah. As we've sort of seen, 3 long straights, 3 DRS straights here as well.
Yeah, 100%. Those first few corners, they're very good overtaking zones, so we'll see quite a lot of battling for them.
So as we wait, so I think it's going to be top 2 at the moment, but Banana, he's moved into P3 in this little champ, so he pretty much, I don't think he's been outside the 10 from memory, so he's just piling up the points. And
yeah, I think you're right by that, but it's still anyone's game at this point, you know. Anybody can pick up anything they need from this race, as well. Rip the Beans hasn't participated yet, and I think Mandela is our only non-point scorer so far.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and we got, obviously, with Rip the Beans coming in, we know the pace that he's got. Full-time Tier 1 driver last season, filling for Tier 1, so we'll see how he goes in these F2 cars. But yeah, Austria.
Austria, give us some weather. Change it up. Yeah. Change it up. Oh, please.
It'd be nice. It'd be nice. Come on. Oh, yes, we do.
Some weather. We've got some
weather.
Rain. We've got some rain here. Thank you.
So we'll see who's got the pace in these wet weather conditions.
By the looks of it, I reckon that's full wets. It might be inters, but by the looks of it, I'm guessing it's full wets.
We'll see. The F2 cars only have one wet tyre.
Do they only have one wet tyre?
It's just a wet tyre, so they've only got a dry and a wet set. So yes,
clearly that proves that Tier 4 drivers, well, we just know nothing about this game, really. We just rock up on a Monday night and we just have a drive.
Yeah, so that wet weather tyre works in all conditions in terms of any sort of rain or wet activity. So that looks intermediate for me, but as I said, I don't think anyone would have touched a wet track on an F2 car.
Here we go. I'll just take it away here. We've got 4. We have 5 lights. And we are go, go, go. All our drivers are away here. Everybody seems to have gotten away pretty clean. Jax leads the field from Vengeance here into turn 1. And there's a little bit of contact further behind. I think that was Mandela and Coolboy maybe just further down the field as there's many running wide here at turn 1. Somebody's made contact further behind. I think that might have been Maniac, and I'm unsure on whobody else. Maybe Prince OK10 there. I'm pretty sure it was an orange. As somebody's gone straight on there. Rip the Beans in his first race. Is already out of this race. As they're going 3 wide, 4 wide, further down through the hairpin, but they're all starting to sort it out. You know, maybe they're just starting to go into 2 wide here as they come down into turn 4 here. Can't really see if anybody's making a move here. Kiwi maybe shaping up a move here, taking the inside line here against Blurs, I think it was, as they're all just trying to sort each other out, but they're still going to go side by side.
Yeah, they're just snake-tailing down the straights. They're not used to having no traction, or as Kiwi gets pushed wide, so he's going to lose a few spots. But yes, absolute chaos at that start, and yeah, you just saw all bit of contact, and that's going to be... I was going to say that looked like Blues spinning, but there was definitely contact, but we're side by side. Second last corner, Crazy Kiwis, he's out, so he's at an issue. And that is Blurs. He's gone super wide out of the final corner.
Yeah, I mean, you know, not only are these drivers, you know, only got a few races of experience in these cars, they haven't experienced the wet conditions yet. Most of these drivers, particularly our Tier 1 drivers, won't be using any TC. And so these slippery, you know, feeling of these new wet tyres of these new cars will be a little bit of a challenge for some of them. As further down, they're going to go side by side. Mandela and I think it is G-Force Leo, I think.
It's Coolboy. It's Coolboy and Nutella.
Coolboy, they're going to go side by side. He's gotten the inside line. Coolboy's just got a little bit of poor traction there. G-Force Leo is coming at him. G-Force Leo's going to look to the inside line here and he's going to send it down the inside on Coolboy. Although he's only got just that front tyre and taking a lot of that inside curb. Coolboy on the outside line, they've got a lot of better of a drive. And G-Force Leo with a little bit of a snap there. He's just going to have to stick in behind the Red Bull and he's going to have to stay patient.
Yeah, Kiwi looking at the inside of Leo. Leo runs wide. That will open the door for Kiwi. And I think Kiwi got the job done. And that's, I think, Miller off the track. So hopefully he rejoins safely. As we got
100%.
Marcus running wide, second last corner, so 3 wide. Jacko Marcus wanted to take wide. I think we're going to go 3 wide into turn 1. Toddy, Prince, Marcus.
Nah, Marcus is just sticking in behind here. Prince has got the inside line here. And I think that Toddy, he just ran wide there. That battling with Prince maybe got a little bit in his head here, so he's got poor run here. So Marcus Costa is going to look up the inside into the hairpin. Prince OK10 giving a little bit of a slipstream here to Toddy. Marcus Costa sends it. Can he get Prince OK10 as well? Not quite there at the apex. A little bit of contact between them. Toddy on the outside there has got a very good run there. And Marcus Costa losing that position to Toddy. That outside line. You know, giving a better run. And Marcus Costa most certainly got on the apex of that corner and got stuck.
Yeah, and this has helped Prince get away a little bit. So, but they're still side by side, Toddy and Marcus.
They're going to go through the second sector here, side by side. Marcus on the outside, Toddy with the inside, leaving each other room. Toddy gives him a little bit of a shove on the outside, saying, "This is my corner, son. You stick in behind." And Toddy's still keeping Marcus Costa at bay. It's contact, though. It's contact. Toddy's ended up in the wall. Marcus Costa gave him a tap. This battle for P4 is still going on. Marcus Costa just lets him have the position there and stays patient. So that's it's good respect from Marcus Costa to keep Toddy in P4.
Yeah, luckily enough, Jacko was far enough away. Big tank slapper coming out of the final corner from Marcus. So this opens the door up for Jacko. Will he send it up the inside?
Yeah, he's having a look down the inside. He's going to go for it into turn 1 here. So Marcus Costa, you know, all started with that contact for Toddy. Then he had the tank slapper, and now he's down into P6.
Yeah, so you got Jacko.
Jacko, he's not waiting. He's going to go for the outside into the hairpin here. Can he make that outside line work? Maybe a little bit of switchback. Toddy leaves him a little bit of room, a little bit of contact. But URL Jacko's got that drive on the outside line and he's gotten past Toddy.
Yeah, the only thing saving Jacko at the moment is no DRS, but the slipstream's working very nicely even in these wet conditions. Toddy up the inside of Jacko, runs a little bit wide. Jacko does the switchback coming into turn 5. Jacko still holds position, but side by side, who's that? Banana and Nutella side by side. Nutella gets the job done, and that allows Leah as well with Banana running wide. So Leah moves up into P8. Jacko still holding on Toddy, but you can't separate this train from 4th down to P12.
Yeah, 100%. You know, they're all squabbling with each other, which is costing them all time, but they're all staying with each other, which is lovely to see as we're finally onto the last lap of this Grand Prix.
Toddy ran wide, so that will open the door for Marcus. And Marcus, he's going to have the inside line.
Side by side here, he's going to hold the inside. Toddy, although URL Jacko just held them up a little bit there, Toddy's ran wide there, so unfortunately he's losing positions. Mandela, he got a great run out of that first corner. He's got in the slipstream of Marcus Costa here. He looks towards the inside, and he's going to late break up the inside here. Can he get up into the apex of the corner? He can. He leaves the space for Marcus Costa, who has the better drive because he's got that outside line. So Mandela couldn't quite get the move on Marcus Costa working. But although he's coming into turn 4, he's going to look to the outside, late braking. Can he have a little bit of a switchback, a little bit of contact there?
Watch Leo.
He can't quite make that drive go. Leo further back has joined this pack now. So they've only got, 1.5 sectors to go. G-Force Leo's picked it up. Contact between Mandela and Marcus Costa there. So G-Force Leo up into P5.
Yeah, I think that was a bit of a dive bomb. Couldn't tell who. But we'll quickly jump to the lead because Jax just held on from BP as they come across the line. He does. Jax holds on. BP's second, Prince third. But we got Jax, G-Force, Toddy, Nutella, bit of contact coming across the line. Jamie will finish 9th, Toddy 8th.
A lot of these drivers picked up a lot of pens in this race due to conditions that they're not used to, and that cost quite a lot of them in this Grand Prix. Yeah,
definitely caught a lot of them out. I reckon at that start, I don't think they realised how tough it was going to be coming out of turn 1, and then we just saw all the guys just struggling with traction, and that's why we saw a couple of DNFs and a bit of contact on that first lap. But Jax, he gets his first win, BP second.
Yeah, I'd say that's revenge for Jax for having a win taken away from him, at Japan. So he's finally picked up a win in this series.
Leo gets his first drive of the day, so I'm pretty sure he started near the back, so I think he finished P5. Got a little bit lucky at the end there with a bit of contact between a couple of the drivers coming into that middle part of the lap.
I can't believe we've only got 2 races to go, Mexico and Abu Dhabi after these two,
Yeah, it's just flown by.
I really didn't think the battling would be as close as it is, but, I can't say that I'm disappointed.
Yeah, exactly. So Jax gets his victory. So Jax, BP, Prince, Tier 1 drivers managed to get the gap, but that train from Jacko, Leo, Banana, and then obviously Toddy and a few of the other guys that had issues. But really nice to see. And top 7 actually didn't pick up pens, so it was only the drivers down the field a little bit. But yeah, Leo P5, but Jacko was ahead of him, so 2 more points for Jacko. So that closes the gap to 3 points, I believe.
Yeah, 100%. The battle for this championship lead is closing in. G-Force Leo started out quite lucky with the positions that he started in, but now that good fortune has turned into bad fortune. So that spices it up, and I love to see it.
Yeah, exactly. So Jax, BP, Prince, Jacko, Leo, Banana, Kiwi, Toddy, Nutella, Miller were your top 10. Cool Boy just missing out on points. Vengeance, Blurs, Darkness, Crispy, Marcus, Maniac, Chur, Kiwi, and Rip the Beans were your 2 non-finishers.
Just having a look at the standings there. G-Force Leo's on the lead in 88 points. URL Jacko 85, Prince OK 10. Just a win behind them, 27 points gap to the lead on 61. So it's anybody's game at this point in time.
Yeah, maximum of 52, technically up for grabs. So Marcus could technically be in it, but I'd imagine definitely the top 2. I'd say you could probably maybe the top 5, but Leo and Jacko would have to have a bit of a mare at the next race, which I believe is Mexico.
It is Mexico, and then we're on to Abu Dhabi.
So Mexico, again, a really long straight. Plenty of overtaking, and then it's just a matter of can they sort of work themselves out in that tight middle section, and will we possibly see two cars trying to fight through there?
Yeah, look, I reckon it'd be quite silly, particularly because of the curbs. I mean, I haven't done too much F2 driving, but most certainly in the F1 car, those curbs, they unsettle your car there through that middle sector towards sector 3. If you get them on them wrong, you take too much, it unsettles you. So, I'd say just sort it out before there and just keep it clean. And nobody do a Rasmussen. Nobody just send it and do a Rasmussen.
Yeah. And being that we are 6 races down, these drivers will have the feel of these cars now, being that it's the same default setup for all tracks. So I think that's why we're sort of seeing a little bit more aggressive racing from a couple of these drivers.
Yeah, 100%. They now know what machinery they are dealing with. They're used to it now. They're figuring it out. So it's lovely to see because it's making these battles even more intense than they already were at the start.
Yeah, as we just about load into Mexico, we have had a wet race, which I'm happy about, and we did see a little bit of carnage down there. Sort of hoping this one's dry, because I reckon watch for the guys that are starting 5th, 6th, 7th, and 8th with this slipstream to
Yeah,
probably be leading at turn 1 if they can keep it clean.
100%. If anybody in the chat wants to chuck in a guess as well, how many wide are we getting into turn 1? 3, 4, 5 wide into turn 1? I'm going to go with 4 wide. Somebody in this pack is going to go forward wide into turn 1. That's my personal prediction.
I'm thinking 4 wide, and we know that Mexico, that start finish straight is quite wide. So we have seen in real life F1 that we've seen 3-4 cars wide. So don't be surprised if we do have a few that do it. It's about an 850 meter run down to turn 1.
And it's your turn to lead them away.
I will, and we do have dry as we have 3, 4, 5 lights. And we're underway for race number 7. Banana and Nutella is the front row. As we see a lot of drivers just try and get the slipstream. Banana, he managed to get the good start, but how long can he keep that? As we got side.
Made contact there onto the turn 1. Toddy was involved in that. They've already put out the yellow flags. I can see at least 4, at least 5 wide here into turn 1. So everybody's looking up to make early moves. Vengeance there, I think he started in P2. He's gone down to P3. A lot of drivers running wide here off the exit of these first handful of corners. I think Prince OK10, he started quite high in this Grand Prix up towards the top 10. He's down at P13 now, so he's got to make some moves if he wants to get himself back into this championship with the ORL Jacko and GeForce Leo up there in the points at the minute.
Yeah, Crazy Kiwi up the inside of Vengeance at the hairpin. A couple of the other drivers running wide at the hairpin. So Miller, bit of a contact, a bit of a train through here.
Oh my goodness,
constant.
They're going 3 wide through this section. I would not personally recommend that. They're still not quite sorted each other out further behind, and there's just contact left, right and centre from all these drivers.
Yeah, just carbon fibre just flying everywhere as Crazy Kiwi looking possibly for a move at Leo. Not quite, but we come into the stadium section now. Jacko up the inside of BP.
Prince OK10 at the hairpin. He tried to send it on Coolboy there, but unfortunately it didn't quite work out, and he is losing positions. He's down to P16. A few drivers further behind have had a spin, but that's unfortunately as Toddy got disqualified.
Yeah, he's cut the track a few times, so unfortunate for him. Maniacs, he's had an issue as we go all 3 wide coming into turn 1, nearly 4 wide. As all 3 wide, there's going to be a bit of chaos, bit of rubbing from these drivers. BP, Crazy Kiwi, Jacko's probably been the biggest loser.
There was a synchronised swim there from Darkness and Kiwi 2011. I think they're both in the same machinery maybe, but they look the same at least. And they just kind of had a bit of a synchronised swim there on the exit of turn 1.
Oh, and Leo thought about a move on Jacko, but holds off. Blurs thought about a move on Leo. So calm down a little bit, but 4 of the top 5 have already got pens, so this is looking good for Banana. And Marcus has had an issue, lost it on his own coming into the S section.
This gives Banana Cake Pie a chance to try and get away from the drivers behind. Vengeance behind him is a 2-second gap. So can he pull away in this race? There are still 3 laps to go and anything could happen.
Yeah, Leo's made another move. BP, he's up 15 positions already after end of lap 2, so...
That's a ridiculous start.
Ridiculous start. Leo's up 8, but BP has managed to fight this, but he's got a penalty, so can he get past Banana and then also gap him?
Prince OK10's finally got himself back up into a point playing positions, but it's not going to be enough here with Leo up there in I think the top 5, top 6 there. Ural Jacko just behind him in top 7. This could leave him vulnerable into the last Grand Prix.
Prince got the fastest lap of the race.
And he's looking for a move here, and Coolboy into turn 1. He has the inside line. Coolboy swoops back around. They're still going to go side by side. Prince up the inside there. Doesn't leave Coolboy quite as much space as he maybe should have there.
Yeah, I think Prince rode the
got
curb.
Himself up into P9 there.
Prince rode the curb, but Coolboy looking to get back at him. Oh, bit of a late bomb, and there he turns him.
Coolboy has spun him around. Wow.
Super unfortunate for Prince. So Coolboy probably would be a penalty in any other sort of league race. But I'll quickly switch back up to Jacko. Leo's got past Crazy into 5th. So Leo's hustling, and he's hustling Miller right now. Can he get a good exit out of here? DRS. Miller's got a cover. Can Leo hang it around the outside?
He's going to go for the inside here. As no, he doesn't. He decides to not make the move as Jax is out of in this race. So he's had a bit of a mishap there, just coming onto the DRS straight. So he's out of this race. Down to 16 drivers with Prince OK10 at the back of that field.
Yeah, a bit of contact between Jacko and Crazy.
Contact there at the final corner between, I think it was Marcus Costa and Mandela. As I think they've stayed in their original positions, but there was a little bit of contact there between them.
Change for the lead. Vengeance Banana going side by side.
Banana Cake Pie has stuck with the lead for now, but how much longer can he hold Vengeance and BP behind, as well as GeForce Leo? Although Banana Cake Pie, he hasn't picked up a penalty. The rest in that top 6, they have pens, and that can play dividends at the end of this race.
Exactly. Banana just needs to hold them up as much as they can. If Banana can do that, all he has to do, if they do get past him, he just needs to be within probably 2 seconds. Look, bringing up the penalties. Vengeance 2, BP 3, Leo 2, Miller has 4. But Banana, just not quite the pace, but as long as he can hold off Vengeance, looking for a move up the inside. But look at BP. BP wanting to sneak up the inside of Vengeance. And Banana around the outside. BP gets past Vengeance.
Leo is looking to try and get himself involved in this. He knows that if he wins this race and Ural Jacko stays where he is, he's got a very large chance at winning this championship.
Yeah, exactly. Banana holds position, but I reckon he's going to get swamped at the end of this straight. Leo right behind Vengeance.
Banana Cake Pie is stuck with the lead, so that was a great drive from him. He is in that massive battle with all the drivers behind him. Although it looks like a change for the lead here. BP's looking for the inside. Banana Cake Pie round the outside, swooping around the outside. Inside for the next left-hander. They're still going to go side by side. BP just forced him over that curb. And GeForce Leo's got himself up in a P2 here. So GeForce Leo's looking to pick up a large amount of points here and pretty much stamp his hand on that championship trophy.
Yeah, Banana down to 3rd, looking to fight back on Leo. But top 6 not separated by much, and anything can still happen. But Banana in the box seat until I say that he's picked up the 2nd. So Jacko is actually in the best spot. He hasn't picked up a penalty, but can he stay within 3 of BP and 2 of Leo?
Yeah, 100%. Just having a look at it now, Ural Jacko is just outside that 2-second window to BP. So if he can get a great last sector here, he's got a large chance at winning this. As I say that, Ural Jacko just goes swooping through, picks up P5, but he is about 2.3 seconds away from that lead. So it'll be interesting to see how they sort themselves out. I think he's looking for P2 here in this race, getting himself ahead of Leo.
But BP crosses the line first, but he won't stay there. Leo crosses the line. Jacko, he does get the win.
He does get the win.
So he just manages to get that gap, but it's Jacko, Leo and BP, the 3 guys that have pretty much been our quickest guys in this format so far. Banana just missing out on that podium by picking up that 2-second penalty at the last possible moment.
For memory, that changes how the current standings are. URL Jacko, I believe, does now lead our championship here in our F2 Sprinter. So, into Abu Dhabi here, the last Grand Prix. What can we see from these drivers? I'd love both of them to start P19, P20 and have to make their way through the entire grid. That would be an absolute lovely sight to see.
Yeah, Jacko winning again. Accidentally pressed X to skip his podium, but Jacko winning again, and he will take the championship lead over Lero with 1 to go. As I quickly look at the standings, Jacko 4-point lead, so it's between these two. Banana, he's going to try and fight off BP and Prince for that third.
Yeah,
On the
nobody else
podium.
in this race can take this championship away. So it's URL Jacko versus GeForce Leo here. I'm putting my money on GeForce Leo. He's been just a different league of his own, and I would say he's been more lucky with where he started. So I'm going to put my money on GeForce Leo. That's my prediction in Abu Dhabi. But if anybody else has got a different opinion, let us know.
Yeah, I think I might go Jacko. I'll do the opposite. He's definitely had better pace, or he's had just as good a pace as Leo, and Jacko hasn't been caught up with as much stuff as what Leo has. So, but yeah, definitely interesting. Banana 4th, Vengeance 5th, Miller 6th, Crazy Kiwi 7th, Kiwi 2011 8th, Blues 9th, and Prince ran it out 10, but he did get the fastest lap. But I think every single driver except for 2 got a penalty that finished. So well done for Jacko that actually gave him the win, and Kiwi 2011.
Beans, he is DNF from both races here, and he's the only driver to not pick up a point. So I think everybody who has participated picked up points at some stage so far, apart from himself. So that's nice to see.
So he's participated in just these 2. I know he got unlucky, I believe, in that first race, but yeah, I missed his DNF this second time round. But yeah, Abu Dhabi with the new layout. How do we expect this one to go? Obviously, we've seen good racing with the old layout, but with the modifications that they've made Sector 3 a bit smoother with the corners, a bit more flowing. We'll probably see some side-by-side action in that last sector, I would imagine.
Yeah, most definitely we'll see some action. I'd say through all of the sectors, definitely we'll see some exciting moves from all the drivers. So it'll just be interesting to see where the drivers' luck going to put them, particularly my GeForce Leo. Put him on pole. I wanted him at the back at the start, but put him on pole now, and I'll be happy.
Honestly, I'd have Jacko and Leo 19th, because we've got 18 drivers. I'd put them 17th and 18th, and it'd be best man that can fight through the field better would take it. But as I said, it'll be interesting. Hopefully they're close together on this grid, and one's not up the front, one up the back. But we'll have to wait and see.
I mean, hopefully the game can realise how close this championship is. It probably can't, but I'd like to see if it could.
Yeah, well, I know Jacko will want bragging rights. No, no sort of trophy or anything, but yeah, he definitely want to say that he bet a lot of these guys, a lot of Tier 1 drivers, a lot of Tier 2 drivers in this field. So, as we load into our final race, Abu Dhabi. So, we know we're gonna get a dry one. So, let's see.
I mean, if we didn't, I'd be very, very surprised.
Oh, wouldn't it be great? Wet race, final race at Abu Dhabi. Like we were thinking, if we didn't get a wet weather race, purposely change it, but now we won't need to.
Either way, we should have changed it. Would have been jokes.
We wait for these guys to load in. So how do you feel tonight's gone? I think we've seen some really good action. It's probably fallen off a little bit in the last couple of races, but yeah, definitely the battles in this have been great.
Yeah,
from a
no,
lot of these drivers.
100%. Everybody battling side by side, seeing a lot of battles between a lot of drivers we wouldn't usually see because of this randomizer grid and because of the different cars. So it's been lovely to see, and it's been a great evening. So let's hope this one's a great one to end on.
That's right, and you can take the last
Uh,
race of the night.
yeah, all right, here we go. I think the stream's a little bit delayed, but for the final time, we have all 5 lights here, and we are still getting hold here. It's a long hold, but we are go, go, go now. As GeForce Leo, I can say, is just starting towards the back of the pack. They're going to go 2-3 wide here through turn 1 here. You know, Crispy, mate, looking to the inside there. He's held it there. Toddy looked for the outside, but BP made the sweeping move there. That was a lovely move from him through the both of them. Almost a switchback there into turn 1 as they keep going to go 2 wide, 3 wide down here into the new layout, into the new hairpin. No longer a chicane that they have to take. They're all sorting each other out. Somebody's around there. Somebody was ghosted. I didn't get a chance to see who that was.
Beans.
Rip the beans, God. He has not driven particularly well. He's been taken out a few times as well. They're still not quite sorted out there. URL Jacko and GeForce Leo are still close. URL Jacko there in P13. He's looking for the move. GeForce Leo in P11 there, still looking for the move. URL Jacko's trying to make the move here. Get himself up closer towards GeForce Leo. Somebody's gone around there. I can't quite see who that is. And somebody's gone straight on.
Then that's Rip the Beans. There was contact.
As URL Jacko has made the move there, he's up into P9. GeForce Leo, he's there. He's going to go round the outside here into the new layout, into the fast left-hander, looking for a switch back through on URL Jacko. He can't quite make it work.
Yeah, Jacko ran really wide there, but held the position, but surely that would have to be a warning. But these two side by side, and Jacko would win the championship if things stayed as they are. But as we know in F2 and what we've seen so far tonight, I doubt that will happen. But we'll have a look at BP. He's got an 8/10 lead, so don't be surprised if he sort of flies away with this victory, but still long way to go, still 4 laps, and yeah, there's no gaps anywhere as Prince looks up the inside of Crispy, manages to get the job done. He does, as we got Jacko and Kiwi side by side. Jacko didn't quite have it.
Kiwi got that move there, so URL Jacko and GeForce Leo still forced to be close to each other here. GeForce Leo currently having to deal with Marcus Costa behind, so no one's letting the championship leaders battle it out themselves. Everybody wants their own positions in this race, and it's a massive slipstream straight all the way down from, I think it's P4, all the way down to, I think, P15 there, as there's many moves being made into the chicane there. Marcus Costa's gone for it on GeForce Leo, and he's made it stick so far throughout.
Oh, there's a couple around.
URL Jacko, he's gone around the championship leader. So unfortunate for him, he's going to have to really drive well in these last few races at the minute. I think GeForce Leo, I think he's still going to have to make a few more positions, though, if he wants to win this championship.
Yeah, he's only going to get 2 points where he is, but he's under attack from Kiwi and Miller. Or as I think that's Kiwi that's gone super wide through there. As Miller looking around the outside. Or can he pull it up? Or he's still around the outside. Or a bit of contact there. Miller got the inside line, gets the move done. So definitely hard racing, bit of contact between the two, but they managed to get through. But Leo still P9, not quite enough. But he's got a bit of a gap, so he's just got to now hunt down Crazy Kiwi as someone's gone really wide at the back. I think that was Miller. He's gone super deep at the last corner.
GeForce Leo, he's not quite closing on Crazy Kiwi there. So maybe in this race, GeForce Leo's not got quite as much pace as he has so far at Abu Dhabi. So maybe this championship is still in URL Jacko's hands.
Either that or he might have a little bit of damage as well.
As just the drivers in front of him, Crispy and Crazy Kiwi, are going to go side by side. So that does cost them time, gives GeForce Leo a chance in this race to close in. They will have DRS open now, so they're all going to start to close in on each other further up. You know, you've still got Crispy and Crazy still going to go side by side. Crispy's going to have the inside here into the chicane here. He's looking on the left-hander. He's not quite got the drive through the inside, although he's got the outside now. And just gets that superior traction on that outside line and gets past Crazy back in that slipstream though. You know, so this is only hurting them. GeForce Leo closing in. They're going to go side by side. Crazy's going to look for the inside. He's going to have the better line here, although can Crispy here have the better line? GeForce Leo closes in. He's looking for it. That's Crispy, sorry. He's going quite wide, so GeForce Leo's closing in. He's going to look towards the inside here on Crispy. Crispy's probably going to lose the position here on GeForce Leo, and GeForce Leo's making the positions he needs to win this championship.
Yeah, exactly. Leo just haven't looked for a move, try to wait. If there was a little bit of contact between Crispy and Crazy, didn't happen as Crispy still trying to hold on from Leo. Leo just can't get this move done. And that's allowing the guys in front to get away. He's going to look on the outside. Not quite, but he's going to have a better exit. And Crispy runs a little bit wide. That's an easy pass for Leo. So that's 4 points. So I believe these guys are equal on points now.
What are we going to do if they're equal on points? Do we just send them into like a quick 3-lap shootout?
I was going.
What's
I
the
think
call?
I think they're going to be even on victories as well, isn't it? Because Jacko's won the last couple and Leo won earlier on, so it'd be fairly close on victories.
Yeah, no, most certainly.
And it's Vengeance up the front. Vengeance and Nutella going side by side. Vengeance gets the move done. So that's P2 for Vengeance. Can Nutella get him back on the second DRS straight? It's going to be close.
He's going to look for the inside here, Mandela. He's going for it. He's broken quite late there. He's got that inside line. Vengeance got that better traction on the outside, although these aren't corners coming up that you probably should be looking for a move on. He's taking quite a wide line there, and Vengeance can't quite get that move stuck back across. Having a look here, though, URL Jacko's got himself up into the top 10. He's in points playing positions here, so he has a chance to still win this championship.
Jacko up by 1 currently. Leo's only getting 4. Jacko by getting 1, so Leo needs to move up another spot. But this train, Jacko's got about 3 seconds to catch, but Crispy's got a pen, so this might help Jacko in the long run.
And we're on to the final lap as well in this race. So with that pen that Crispy has, URL Jacko probably going to get P9 if he can close in towards them. It's critical for GeForce Leo to make a move further up ahead, but they're not really battling. None of them are losing time. They're all just stuck behind Banana Cake Pie. You know, he's trying to close in towards Toddy. Crazy Kiwi just further behind. He's looking for it on Banana Cake Pie. Can't quite make it through the hairpin. You know, but they might be looking for it through onto the back straight here through the slipstream. So maybe GeForce Leo, if we can get close enough, has a chance here.
But back up into P2, Vengeance got past back Nutella. So Nutella will try and a little bit of contact.
Crazy Kiwi's going to go for the move around the outside here on Banana Cake Pie. But he's going to have the inside line, so he's not going to have as good traction. This battling is helping out GeForce Leo. Can he pick up these positions? URL Jacko's been overtaken further behind. He ran extremely wide, although both the drivers in front of him have pens at the end. So he might quite possibly get himself back up. Rip the beans into P12 now. GeForce Leo is still watching the battling in front of him, so can he get through some of these drivers, get himself some more points in this Grand Prix? Coming into the final sector now.
Yeah, on board with Leo now. Oh, bit of a dive bomb from Banana on Crazy, but they managed to hold position, still wide, but Banana runs wide.
He's going to go down the inside here, Leo. Can he quite get it on Banana Cake Pie? He's going to go for the outside here in the last second corner. He's on the outside into the last corner. It's going to take the last corner of this Grand Prix to decide this championship. There's a little bit of contact there from Banana Cake Pie, and GeForce Leo couldn't quite make the move stick. So I do believe that does mean that URL Jacko is our winner.
Yeah, Jacko will take it by a single point. So Leo gets 4, Jacko gets 1, but that's enough. So Jacko will take this by 1. So I'd imagine he'd be a happy man, but let's not forget BP. Pretty much, as I said before, pretty much he got that lead and then pretty much led it from start to finish. But Nutella did get Vengeance on the line, so by just over a tenth. So these two had a really nice battle as well, and then Prince and Toddy.
I believe with Prince getting P4, I believe he's our final podium sitter, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I believe it was between him and Banana, so yeah, I reckon Prince has probably nabbed that 3rd spot.
Yeah, so you know that'd be our podium: Prince, Jacko, and Leo. Sorry, wrong order there. Prince, Leo, and URL Jacko. That'll be our top 3 for this season.
Yeah. Exactly, but yeah, nice drive from BP there. Leo, unfortunately, P8, just wasn't quite enough. He just needed to make that move. Leo, he did get driver of the day, so he must have started from near the rear grid, but unable to actually finish it off. And Jacko, he'll get the spoils and a bit of bragging rights, saying that he won the F2. But as I said, he pretty didn't do much wrong there, and like that was probably one of his poorer races, but he'd done enough in all the others.
Yeah, by a single point there, URL Jacko wins this championship. I've just pulled up the standings, and I was actually incorrect. Prince OK10 came P4 with that win for BP. He has got himself on the final podium. So our top three this evening is BP, Leo, and then URL Jacko is our winner this evening.
I'd say probably the three quickest drivers that we had tonight. Jack's probably didn't go his way tonight. He was involved with a few incidents, but when he got clear air, he was definitely one of the quicker guys. But as I said, it was a bit of a marathon and trying to keep it clean. But yeah, Jacko from Leo from BP, yeah, top three and probably the deserving top three of that.
Yeah, no, most certainly those three were just in a different league of their own this evening. So,
but I will say, Prince and Banana take out Constructors if we're looking at that by only 8 points over
yeah, no,
Retrosi.
most
So
definitely, both of them drove very, very well this evening.
yeah, exactly. Like Banana, he was sort of battling every single driver up and down this field. But as we look at the final results from our final race tonight, BP got the job done. Nutella and Vengeance round out the podium. Prince, Toddy, Crazy Kiwi, Banana, Leo, Crispy, Jacko, he rounds out at 10, but he takes the championship by a single solitary point.
Yeah, well, that's extremely entertaining. Most certainly, I found that quite entertaining. I hope you did as well, Scotty.
Yeah, it was really good. So what we might actually do now is we might invite these guys to the com box, I reckon.
Yeah, suppose we can. Yeah, why not?
Might as well. It was 8 races, and I know Jacko's probably wanting to sort of celebrate that a little bit. So
Well, if BP, Leo, and Jacko, if any of you are watching the stream, get in the comms box. If you need an invite, Scotty could probably sort that out.
yeah,
I'm not friends with many of the tier 1 drivers, so.
that's all right. I'll who we want? Jacko. So we got BP,
And G-Force Leo.
Leo, G-Force. Yeah, and uh, but yeah, I think a successful night of racing, I reckon. Probably a few collisions at the end that we probably didn't want to see, but as I think overall, I think that was very enjoyable to watch and commentate over.
Yeah, overall, no, definitely very clean from most of the drivers in most of the races. So we like to see that, every night. So it's lovely to see them pull out some great overtakes. There was quite a lot of contact that, in a normal league race, you wouldn't end up dealing with that, and you'd probably get that sent to the stewards. But just in a social event like this, it was nice to see, there's a little bit of a cleaner 5-lapper than you'd usually see if you were just spending some time on your own playing the game.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't think any of them have joined us yet, so.
Yeah, just get.
I mean, I know BP and Leo will have been in the comms box before, so.
Um, just trying to find the at Leo one because it's not trying to find it for me. But Leo, if you are listening, if you want to hop in, all these fellas should be in this box by now. In terms of being invited, I'll just make sure we got one.
BP's joined us.
Uh,
So if you would, I think I'll kick it off
got
with BP as we wait on them, and if
alright.
you want to try and get,
And we Oh, hello guys.
uh,
How's it going?
is
Oh,
everybody
mate.
is everybody here?
Absolutely brilliant.
Just
Me
wait.
BP here.
Just wait for Leo if he
Just
wants to
waiting.
join.
Yeah,
If
I'll,
if
I'll
if
kick
he
it off.
wants, yeah, if you want to start.
I'll kick it off with BP. BP, I presume you're there, mate. You there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Yeah, BP. That was brilliant racing from you. Take us through. How did you see that? How to see the F2 championship?
With an average starting position of about 13th, it wasn't really great. The first couple of races managed to miss it, then the middle just, yeah, first lap of the middle was just chaos. Just smack left, right, and center. You work your way up, batter to the back, and it's just like, yep, here we go. And the two
Yeah,
races start the front, I got a second and a first, but yeah, once you're at the front, it's okay. It's just that, yeah, certain people in the mid pack, yeah, a bit off.
did you do much practice beforehand?
No,
I'm interested to know.
I was playing COD.
No, no, not quite surprised by that. But how did you feel changing from having driven the F1 cars quite a lot? I certainly drove them last night, So to the F2 car, how did you feel that changing car?
I've always liked the F2 cars. They suit me a lot better than F1 cars, to be honest.
I mean, you can't
So
really be saying that
it took
when you're
probably
forced to be
only a
reckoned
couple
with.
laps to really get into it again.
Yeah, no, well, it was a great draft from you picking up that final podium position. Scotty, you got any questions for BP?
Oh, I think you probably answered most of it. Obviously, know the pace that he had, and it was just obviously with just the random grids, it was always going to be a little bit of luck in terms of where you were, and then just sort of avoiding the little bit of carnage. We did notice that like probably the first half was pretty good, but just sort of tailed off a little bit that second half in terms of probably more accidents happened and more incidents and just trying to keep it clean. But I think overall, when you were able to show your pace, I think you pretty much were
Yeah,
right up there.
you put yourself in the outside in like anywhere or like outside inside really. They're either going to cut you off or just someone's going to give you a big whack. Probably, I think Monza was, I would say, the worst race.
Yeah, I think Monza and I think Baku as well were probably the two of the weaker ones. But
Yeah,
again,
good old Baku getting crunched into an inside wall.
yeah. But yeah, congrats on you did manage to pinch P3 in this 8 race series. So but yeah, congrats anyway on
Yep,
your
thank
results,
you.
and yeah, hopefully if we do this again, yeah, might see you next time.
Yep, awesome, thank you.
All right.
I don't think Leo has joined us, so if you'd like to just get it underway with Jacko.
Yeah, I will. Jacko, sort of hyping yourself up prior to this. You must be
Baby.
you must be a very happy man.
Oh, mate, the redemption arc starting today, okay? Alright, G-Force who? Yeah? Alright, get him out of it, yeah? Nah, obviously, all respect to everyone else here. I mean, it was a great race. I mean, thanks to OSRL for hosting it, I mean, it was carnage, but, like, if you could control it, you got through. I know everyone just had mishaps everywhere, so it's just a damage limitation kind of in the middle there, but, I mean, if you got out front, like I did, three-time race winner here, I mean, yeah, it was really just, flying away with it, but, yeah, had a good battles with a couple people here, but, yeah, felt good.
Yeah, we did see the battles that you had Jax earlier on, and then through the midfield, and then you were with Leo at later portions of that, and we did see some nice moves from you on a few of those occasions, and I think you only had a couple of probably a couple of moments that sort of sent you back down the field, but I think overall, yeah, you definitely a good showing, and then you sort of had a bit of a slow start, but yeah, towards the end, yeah, with those victories, you just managed to claw it by a single point. So, anything for you, Seb, that you want to ask
Nah,
Jacko?
I just want to say congratulations. There was brilliant driving, brilliant pace from yourself, and took it right to the end. A single point decided this championship. you know, and at Abu Dhabi as well. So, you know, just saying, things just magically find a way of working out. But, you know, thanks to the OSRL team for having it. Thanks for letting me join you in the commentary box this evening.
That's right. We do have our second place getter, Leo, join us, so I'll get you to do that if you want.
Yeah, Leo, are you there, mate?
Yep, hello.
Yeah, so how did you feel there, Abu Dhabi? Unfortunately, you lost out by a single point. The people in front of you battling. Were you hoping they would battle a little bit more so you could pick up a few positions there, or you know what was in your mind there going in towards those last few laps?
The last few laps I saw Jacko spun, so I was like, I'll keep it clean, I'll just try and make up some more positions, and then I think something happened and I lost a few, and then I got back, and then all of a sudden I saw him, he was like 2 positions back on the last lap, and I was like, oh crap, you know, I knew I had to go for it on banana cake pie in that last sector, and I did a bit of a ballsy move, but it kind of worked out, and he just kind of ran me out wide on the last corner, which is a shame, but it was still really fun, to be honest, the night, apart from some obvious, I don't know, bad driving, but it was pretty fun.
Most certainly at the start, particularly in the first 3 races, you decided that you were a force to be reckoned with. Your pace was ridiculous at the start. You know, did anything happen in those mid races to you that you think left you this championship?
Yeah, I mean, at the start, I just keep putting in the top 5, and I just was always able to get a good start and then get in the lead and just go. And then in the second half of the races, I ended up getting in the back a lot, and I think I got spun like 3 times in Baku, and then spun some more in like other races. It's just luck of the draw, basically, we get put on the grid, to be honest. But yeah, if I got put at the front more, I probably could have done it. But yeah.
Yeah, nah, you know, luck in this championship does decide things, but all the while, that was great pace from you this evening. It was a good drive, so well done.
Yeah, thank you, boys.
All right, thank you, Leo, and Seb. Thank you for joining me tonight. Yeah, definitely.
No worries. I'll join you anytime, Scotty.
No worries. Yeah, not lots of nice battles throughout. A little bit of carnage, so we had a bit of everything. But yeah, I think that was very entertaining to watch, and I hope all you guys enjoyed that as well. So, bit of a break week next week for our regular league races. So we'll be back the following week for Japan, starting Monday with Tier 4. So until then, I'm Scotty. He's been Seb. We'll catch you next time. See ya.
Yeah, bye.